Welcome back to post-game coverage of Game 1 of the Western Conference Championship Series. The London Knights 5-2 winners tonight, joined by Knights head coach Dale Hunter along with defenseman Sam Dickinson. Coach, you can't ask for a much better start than that. Maybe just provide your thoughts on tonight's win.
Yeah, we came out pretty good and got an early lead, and we kept them hemmed in there pretty good.
Sam, you've had a good week. You know, a big award announcement this week, of course. First star honors tonight, 2 goals and 2 assists. Maybe just share your thoughts on the game and what brought you guys success.
Yeah, I think like Dale said, obviously, we came out strong. It was a focal point of something we talked about before the game. So, we were happy with that, and just kind of carried through the entire game.
Ryan, go ahead.
Dale, UC Ahokas said that Kasper Haltman's hit on Humphreys was a headshot. He says he has a screenshot of it. What was your view of it?
It wasn't a headshot. When the kid fell, he hit if you watch the replay of it, he hits the boards with his head, and it popped off. So he's definitely wrong.
Is Denver Barkey's injury bad?
We don't know yet. We don't know.
What did you think of the hit on that one?
It was late. It was a late hit. They were trying to, at the end of the game, they were running around trying to take a piece of our best players, trying to get him out.
He said that was a good hit. Was he wrong on that?
Yeah, he's wrong again.
Brandon, go ahead.
Sam, how big was it for you to get that fourth goal? Because it was 3-0, but then Kitchener had a little bit of a fight back there, and then for you to get one with 10 seconds left in the period to make it 4, just how big of a momentum boost was that for the team?
Yeah, I think goals, early in the period, late in the period, kind of demoralizes the team going into the next period. So, we were coming pretty hard there, and a great pass by O'Reilly, and just kind of put it in the right spot.
What did you think of the energy tonight in the building? Obviously, a storied rivalry between Kitchener and London in the playoffs. Elevated to the biggest stage. What do you think of it out there? A lot of hits, a lot of stuff going on after the whistles. Was it everything you expected?
Yeah, it was high paced. I think we all came into this knowing that it was going to be a tough series. Fast paced, physical. Obviously, it's nice to get these first 2 games at home, and we'll go from there.
Ryan, go ahead.
Hey Sam, Dale mentioned that they were running around. How do you when you're on the ice there? How do you guys handle that? And how did you think you handled it?
Yeah, I think it's just being smart. Obviously, there's some times where you get tangled up in a tough spot, but for the most part, it's just being diligent with the puck. When we're up like we are at the end there, and know that they're going to start running around and doing some dumb things. It's just get the puck out of your hands early. Don't let them get too close to you. At that point you'll take an icing, you'll take a whistle at that point. Just you're just trying to kind of get out of the game at that point. Find space and stay away from the hits.
Josh, go ahead.
Dale, you said you thought that they were running around a bit. Do you think it was a give and take? Did you guys play a part in that, or are you saying they just ran around and you guys didn't do it?
Well, when you play hockey and you're up, who's frustrated?
Right.
Who is?
I'm asking you.
No, I just asked you back a
Well,
question.
I'm not being interviewed.
I know, but I'm saying who's frustrated?
Yeah.
Always the losing team's always frustrated.
Right.
It's always been that way.
One for Coach. What did you think of Van Bommel coming in? Obviously, without Van Gorp, he gets into the fight, gets your team going a little bit. How do you think he performed on that fourth line tonight?
Oh, Bummer was good. He works hard and he gives an honest effort. He worked hard, and he's always wanting to play. He's a real team guy, and he'll do anything for the team.
Ryan?
And then when you got the one guy cross-checking everybody, and you got Bolton, what's the impact of Bolton and Van Bommel here?
Yeah, I think they're guys who they know their role on this team this year, and they're there to protect a lot of us, and we're really grateful that we have guys like that to be able to go out and kind of take control of the situation. You see Bolton do it for 2 years now, and obviously Bombers come in and done a good job this year, so it's good to have those guys on your team. You need them. Obviously, they're great team guys, and they play their role to a T.
Kyle?
Coach, another great performance for Sam today. He got an individual piece of hardware earlier this week. I'm just curious, where do you think he's improved the most in his game this year?
Well, both ends, offensively and defensively. I think is a big part of the team, and he creates a lot and he defends a lot. Like he blocks a lot of shots, and he's been doing it since he was 16. He's been a big part of this team, and credit to him. He just keeps getting better.
Thanks, guys. We'll be back for Game 2 here on Sunday.